Hi, this is Abby with Happy Little Mystic, and welcome back to your free self-paced tarot course. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about the number 9 and the number 10 and how they show up across the 4 elements in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. If you've missed any of our other lessons so far in the tarot deck, you can check out the playlist link in the description box below. And if you're following along with our tarot workbook, if you open up to the Minor Arcana section, you will find a few pages where you can take some brief notes about what each one of the numbers means and how they show up across each one of the suits in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So starting off with the number 9, we'll notice that we have our Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. We'll have 9 of each one of the symbols in each of the images. The numerology of the number 9 is completion, wisdom, introspection, and integration. So the themes we see playing out here are going to be things like the final stage before completion or transition, this inner growth and emotional, spiritual maturity, letting go or releasing what no longer serves, and then the service to others or a higher calling. The energy of the 9 is often seen as this old soul number. It's filled with insight, compassion, and this sense of wrapping up a cycle. So it's about this integration of lessons and preparation for the end of the journey, which will be our number 10. Looking closely at the 9 of Wands, our fire element, the core meaning here is perseverance, resilience, and the wounded warrior. So we have a bandaged figure here standing guard with this wary look to him. He has these 9 wands surrounding him, and he's been through it, but he's still standing. The themes here are defending what you've built, nearing the end of a tough cycle, boundaries and protection, and then the strength through adversity. Remembering back to the wands standing for the fire element of passion and energy and this momentum. Next, we have our 9 of Cups. The core meaning here is emotional satisfaction and wish fulfillment. This is one of the better cards to receive in a reading. We have a man sitting here confidently with his 9 cups displayed behind him. It's known as the wish card, and it represents personal joy and contentment. So the themes here, if the 9 of Cups shows up, are gratitude and emotional fulfillment, getting what you've wanted, indulgence and comfort, and this confidence and emotional stability. So definitely one of the better cards to receive in a reading. And now on the contrary to the wish card, we have the 9 of Swords, or the air element. And the core meaning of this card is anxiety, worry, and sleepless nights. So we have a figure here sitting up in bed. They're holding their head in their hands. There's 9 swords hanging on the wall. And this is symbolizing this mental anguish or this inner turmoil. The themes for the 9 of Swords are overthinking, regret, guilt, mental health struggles, fear that feels bigger at night, and this need for healing and self-compassion. And then finally, we have our 9 of Pentacles, our earth element, another wonderful card to receive in a reading. The 9 of Pentacles, the core meaning here is self-sufficiency, abundance, and independence. So we have this woman here. She's all dressed up in these fine clothes, standing in a lush garden. She has a falcon on her hand here, and this is symbolizing elegance, wealth, and refinement. The themes for the 9 of Pentacles are enjoying the fruits of your labor, self-mastery and financial independence, solitude that brings peace, and this embodied success. Okay, now moving over to the number 10, we'll see that the numerology for number 10 is all about completion, this climax, transition, renewal, and the end of one cycle that plants a seed for the next. So the 10 of Wands, our fire element, is showing us burdens, responsibility, and hard work. So we have a figure here, he's carrying 10 heavy wands, symbolizing the weight of obligations or this final push toward completing a task. The themes here for the 10 of Wands are overwhelm or burnout, carrying too much responsibility, persevering to complete something important, and this need to delegate or release unnecessary burdens. Next, we have our 10 of Cups. This is a very joyous card to receive in a reading. The core meaning here is happiness, emotional fulfillment, and harmony in relationships. So we have this joyful family here standing beneath a rainbow of 10 cups. This is representing love, community, and this lasting emotional peace. The themes for the 10 of Cups are a sense of happily ever after, community and soul family connections, and this gratitude and deep emotional contentment. Next, we have our 10 of Swords, another ominous card. The core meaning here is painful endings, betrayal, and hitting rock bottom. So we have a figure here lying face down with 10 swords in their back, and it's under this dark sky with this rising sun on the horizon. It's signifying the end of suffering and hope for renewal. The themes here for the 10 of Swords are going to be final endings or dramatic closures, painful truths coming to light, release and acceptance after hardship, and this energy of there's nowhere to go but up. So you've officially hit this rock bottom, but the hopeful piece of this card is to show you that you are going to see that sun on the horizon. And then finally, we have our 10 of Pentacles. And the core meaning for the 10 of Pentacles is this legacy, wealth, and long-term success. So we have a family scene surrounded by symbols of abundance here. We have the dogs, an elder, an archway. This is all representing stability and generational wealth. The themes for the 10 of Pentacles are financial security and this family stability, long-term success and achievements, legacy and this inheritance. There's themes of building something lasting for the future. So a very nice card to receive in a reading. Okay, so that is our brief overview of how the number 10 shows up among the 4 elements. In our next reading, we'll be going over the Page and Knight face cards of the tarot deck. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.